you're fine. We'll put it back in a second. Now, here's the technique I'm going to show you. You will not do this till I tell you to do it. Please do the assessment. Let's get that. Then you'll do the technique, okay? Because you'll sort of ruin it for yourselves if you jump the gun. It's sort of like, of course, reading the last page of a book. Which sometimes is useful. But, all right. I'm going to do, now, here's the technique. So now I'm going to teach you the technique along with the assessment. There are two variables, depth and direction. Into ease, not bind. So, if we go up and down is easier than up, is that correct? Then the very first, oh no, actually we're going to do it here. I want to add one more thing. All you guys tend to do is use compression, correct? Yeah. Not all the time, but you stretch, but generally. You can ask this tissue which is easier, compression, or my form of tension is going to be called a grasp. Now the areas that grasp really well are the shoulders, the gastrocs, the glutes, the breasts, of course, the quadriceps. So the quads are a good place to learn this. Feel the depth where it stops you. Feel the depth where it stops you. Press here and press here, and you tell me which side sinks in easier. No. Someone else come up. Now you're dealing too muscularly, not fascially. There and then here. Which side presses easier? This side, correct. See what you have to learn? Right off the bat. That's amazing, isn't it? I know. Thank you for letting me point that out to you, by the way. That's what we're learning, you're teaching. Now, if the pressure is easier on one side, then it will accept compression straight away as the technique. But if the pressure is tighter on the other side, you don't need to compress. You can do a grasp, which is a combination of a light squeeze. That feels better, doesn't it? This side wants the squeeze, this side wants the press. You can do that all over the body and be more effective just with that. Because not every part of the body wants to be pressed. That's why you're dealing with barriers. I'm eliminating that. I don't want to deal, I want barriers out of the way so I can get more things done. You know? Why put the table between us when I want to come say hi to you? Okay? When it's a straight road right to this boy, okay? So that's the ease and bind. So with compression then, I will take the press and the direction of these and apply a static compression for a period of anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds. Now, tell me on a scale of 1 to 10 what that feels like in pressure. Perfect.
Steven, sorry, you are applying compression and traction, right?
Direction, not traction. Direction,
Compression.
not traction. Traction is the elongation of a tension relation. I'm going to really work with our words, or my definition of the words and your definition of the words, right? So that we have a common. Now, hyaluronic acid is happening. I just felt a glide. I take my hands off and I wait to see if she feels anything, which she probably won't at this point in time.
How do you feel the glide? What did you feel?
A loosening of the tissue. Now, what will happen with you guys, as soon as it loosens, you're going to try to move it a bit passively, because that was active, wasn't it? Now, you can see that that barrier has changed. The variable, the very simplest MFR techniques I can teach you that you can do in every person all over the body throughout the fascial universe is a press with a direction. I'm going to make that more complicated with multiple directions, by the way, but that is a one-dimensional static compression. The easiest MFR technique for any beginner to learn, and you'll be doing it. Now, the grasp. Only marginally a little more difficult than the press, but the same concept. I hold the tissue in my palm and forefingers without pinching. It's, again, that's only about a 1 or a 2, correct? And again, I take the ease, I wait, and this is the second thing you have to feel if you can feel the release. I can't get you to go any further in my classes if these basic day one concepts aren't in play. Yeah, now, do you feel a little change happening? No. Now, I felt a little give because you can see it's moving better. I take my hand away, we give her a moment. You get to come up and press and feel the difference in the tissue. No, it's not. It's not the same. It's not the same. And this is what you're going to have to learn. It's actually not the same at all. And that's what I got to teach you, okay? Now, what's interesting is going to be not only well, you're going to, yeah, it's definitely softer. Yeah, right is softer. Yeah. This is what I'm going to have to teach you. See, you're already telling me what I have to get you through. Your barrier right now is that, because you're not aware of that. Your palpation literacy is sort of stuck at muscle. Now, some of these people are already picking that up. It doesn't make it that you won't. It doesn't make you less than them. It's just where your perception is right now. I can say that now because I've been doing it for 30 years, and I know I've changed tissue because I can palpate it. This is at the heart of what I've got to teach you in 4 days. By day 4, we're going to have a little different conversation because I trust my method. You will be starting to feel it. But you'll have to still work at that. As you receive touch, your feeling will feel better. See, this isn't just about you feeling it, it's about what you feel in you. Now, this is just one technique. See, don't think this is the be-all and end-all. This is nothing more than one technique. Now, I might use the compression on her because it's opened the door on this side with the grasp. And in fact, muscles like to be like a sports massage, except this is sports MFR, would just be doing grasps and movements, torsions and twists. But you see, I still have what? Depth and direction. Now I've got 2 hands doing it. And I pick up a third direction, which is called the stack. You can feel that better now, can't you? Because she doesn't feeling the one dimension, but as soon as I wrap it, like the tissue actually wants to go, let my hands off a second, you might have even felt that. What did you feel? Better. Why? Because it was more three-dimensional. I'm teaching you first the one-dimensional technique to see where you're at, because I can eyeball who's going to go really quick and who's going to struggle.
Can you repeat stack?
Yes, it's time to talk about the stack. Stack is an osteopathic, it's in the slides, an osteopathic definition of engaging 2 or more planes simultaneously to get a bigger release, which is what we got. Press that now and press here. And this is going to look like I didn't do anything to it, and that one's going to feel like it's really, yeah. You get to do this too. And the reason is, maybe with you, I've got to teach you the compound technique to actually feel it. Okay, then let her press for a second. Go ahead, now press there. Do you feel that difference?
This is feeling something.
Good, give me 5. I can teach you. Now I did that very quickly. I've got to teach you how to do that quickly without doing it quickly to start, because I could feel everything I did. Now, let's come up here. What has that done to this?
Some mobility.
Some mobility. What has that done to this?
Plantar fascia is better.
This is affecting that motion. this is affecting that motion. You get up, and I get someone else down.